listening to the No Labels, No Limits podcast with best-selling author Sarah Box, where you get the inside scoop on the steps action takers and decision makers take to align their purpose to their principles and achieve their goals in business and life. We focus on the mantra, no labels, no limits, no excuses. And now, without further ado, please welcome your commanding coach with plenty of chutzpah and heart, Sarah Box.
Hey there, it's Sarah, and I want to welcome you personally to this very special edition of the No Labels, No Limits podcast. This is a new series that we just started, and we are so excited to introduce you to Moments with Maria. This series is a shorter version of the podcast. Maria touches upon words of advice and wisdom and encouragement that are shared by the members of our community, for the members of our community, and to all of you beyond. So without further ado, let's welcome Maria.
Hello and welcome. My name is Maria Lees, and I am the content writer for Team Sarah Box. And this is another one of our videos in our series in which different members of the Sarah Box community are joining me to share some advice, wisdom, or encouragement with our community. Joining me today is Lisa Carter. Lisa is a student and practitioner of Sum Faht Meditation. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Yes, so I am Lisa Carter, and I'm the owner of Meditation from the Heart, Breathe, Feel, Laugh. And I work with men and women who are seeking their higher purpose in life. Have you ever said to yourself that I'm tired of being depressed or having low self-esteem? Perhaps you feel separated from others. Do you ever feel confused or find it difficult to make a decision? Well, I use simple techniques that are easy to understand and fun to follow. Meditation from the Heart is helping many to find community, love for themselves, and renewal and clarity. My passion for people leads me to continually learn and share with folks, helping to make their lives better. If you're curious to learn more, check out meditationfromtheheart.com. Thank you.
Well, great. Thanks for sharing just a little bit more about yourself, Lisa. And for those who are watching, we'll make sure we link to that so you can kind of check out a little bit more about what Lisa's doing. I know as you were describing those things, needing more clarity, access to community, joy, and laughter in your life, that all resonates with me. I'm sure it does with a lot of people. But let's get down to it. Lisa, I know you've joined us today to share just a little bit more about how our individual emotional states can affect our actions and our outlook on life as a whole. So with that, I'd love to hear what you have to share.
All right. Well, thank you, Maria. Yes. So really, if you just simplify the emotions down to like two different things, you've got love on one side and fear on the other side. And unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of stuck in fear mode. And when that happens, then as they bring their mind to thinking about those fears, then it kind of runs this circle and it creates more and more energy towards that fear, making it get and seem larger and larger and larger. Every human being gets faced with challenges every day in their life, and you can either face them head on and like love the opportunity to grow and become better, or you can dwell on it and get scared of it and get more enmeshed in the fear of it, which then makes it seem like this little thing turn into a huge mountain. So if you do find yourself in that fear mode, sometimes it's helpful to ask yourself, what is the basis behind this? What am I really afraid of? Is it this thing here, or is it something deeper? And then just love yourself for a second there and go, I just take a breath, release, give yourself permission to forgive yourself for being in the fearful state, and then think about it a little further and go, I think I'll change my mind and my mindset and approach this problem with love and with generosity from the heart and feel And then that will lead you to feeling a little more uplifted and allowing you to find solutions. Because when your heart is in the right place and you're open and you're giving yourself a moment to breathe, then the universe usually tells you exactly what you need to do and to feel better about it. And it just makes that problem that little bit less difficult to deal with. However, we still have to face it, but we can choose to work with it from our loving selves or from our fear-based selves.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that concept of kind of digging deeper and getting to the root of where those, fear-based emotions are coming from, and not just feeling the surface level emotion, but really looking for that why that exists at a deeper level. That's so powerful. Do you have any tips? Like, as I'm, listening to this, I'm thinking, okay, I love that concept. Like, let's figure out why we're feeling fearful. And then, like you talked about, shifting our mindset to have a little more love for ourselves and for the situation. But do you have any like practical tips or strategies you'd recommend for how to make that mental jump from fear to love?
Right. Well, it sounds really simple when you say the words out loud, but when you're in the moment of that, then it can feel a little bit daunting. Mm-hmm. But the main things for sure is to give yourself a moment to become still. And a lot of times that easiest thing is to follow your breath. Just kind of close your eyes, take a moment and just breathe deeply for a few times. And then you can go in and ask that question, but also you can go, okay, this is what I'm facing right here. And you can say, I can just laugh at this and just laugh at it in the face. And laughter will also just lighten things up and completely change your attitude. And it's hard to be stuck in fear or being upset with another person or something if you are just in a laughing mode. So even if you have to force it for a little while, then all of a sudden you'll just find the joy of it and you just continue with a little laughing, and then you go, and then go back to being quiet for a minute. And then if you have a specific question in mind, then you can ask it internally, and a lot of times the answer will just come and you'll go, oh, it's so simple now. So I think meditation really is the powerful tool for people. And even if you don't do it like, I meditate every day and I've been a long-term meditator, but even if you just get a few minutes in every day, it all adds up. And eventually it's a complete support system for your body, your mind, your soul, everything, coming from a more joyful place.
Absolutely. Do you have any tips for somebody who maybe hasn't been meditating for a long time like you, but would like to start, kind of what a first baby step could be if they want to build a meditation practice for themselves?
Sure. So the first baby step is to find on your calendar when you have time to take a few minutes. And so start small, like 5 minutes, and say, okay, I'm a morning person. I'm going to do it in the morning, and mark it into your calendar until it becomes a habit, and just give yourself a moment to be still and have your eyes closed. If you're an evening person or afternoon after work, whatever it is. But if you don't schedule it for yourself, it's never going to happen. And then you might start getting mad at yourself for not doing it. We don't want that. You want to be always kind to yourself and learn to love yourself first, because you're perfect the way you are, and you're so unique and a joy to be in this human body form at this lifetime. And you might as well make the best of it, because you are never alone. You always have guidance from above, but being still is when you get a chance to find that guidance. And the next question that people usually ask is, what about my mind? It keeps going all the time, right? So sometimes we call that the monkey mind, but don't worry about it, because you need your mind to interpret when things do come to you as aha moments. So your mind is your friend, but the connection is to try to get it from your mind into your heart, so that you start developing what is called a heart mind, so that you're able to face the world, view the world through this other lens instead of just the judgmental, mind that goes on and on. So hopefully that helped you out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love it. It's short and sweet and simple. Just schedule it, but it's so practical and so true.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all that you've shared with us today, Lisa. I know it's definitely given me a lot to think about and a lot to try. Before we go, if you had to leave our community just with one final message or quick parting words, what would they be?
Sure. I would say that if you can start your day as you're doing your morning rituals and you're looking in that mirror, if you just take a moment to smile at yourself and say, hello, I love you, and you are special, then that would set the tone for your day just like that. Just that simple smile, really looking at your eyes in the mirror and saying, yes, I love you.
I love that. I'll have to give that a try. Well, as always, thanks to those who have taken a few minutes from their day to sit and watch this video and hear a little bit of encouragement and wisdom today. Stay tuned for more encouraging and uplifting videos coming your way.
All right.
You've been listening to the No Labels, No Limits podcast with best-selling author, change agent, and strategic vision coach, Sarah Box. You can grab the show notes and find out how to work with Sarah at sarahbox.com/No Labels, No Limits podcast. We'd love this podcast to reach as many people as possible. So please remember to rate, leave a 5-star review, and share the podcast with someone you think would get value from this conversation. Until next time, keep taking those daily action steps to align your purpose to your principles and achieve your goals in business and life.